clearing up a drink spillage, I downloaded Cave Story again to do a retro review, bringing back memories of the first time I downloaded it in 2004. That's a memento mori for you, isn't it? 2004 being retro now. Surely nothing downloadable is retro. Retro to me is anything that was ever sold on a physical medium with which you could conceivably bludgeon someone to death. Cave Story is a platformer shooter type thing developed by someone or something called Pixel. It was originally freeware, it is now sold on Steam for $14.99. So whatever Pixel was, it was apparently playing the fucking long game. But I have a special place in my heart for the solo development racket, Play Hatful. Sorry, I'm not sure that was subliminal enough. Play Hatful, you pricks! What the solo developed game loses in graphical quality and broader marketability, it makes up for with good old-fashioned heart. And heart and art so often go together, especially when talking in a Cockney accent. I remember Cave Story being really good, but that was before 8 years of nitpicking gave me this discerning, bloodshot, masturbation-dimmed eye. And in replaying, a lot of shit I'd forgotten about started rubbing me up the wrong way anew. The jumping is floaty as arse, a big chubby arse that farts helium. You climb to the top of your arc like a majestic salmon swimming upstream, and then you'd fucking drop like you've been swiped out of the air by a hungry grizzly. And the progression has that bad habit of Japanese games in that it's very flaggy. I said flaggy, as in it has a lot of flags. So you'll explore the whole starting area until you find the one map square that makes the story go forward by one step if you stand in it and press the use button, then explore the whole area again looking for the next one, which is obnoxious enough in the starting village where you have to nearly drown yourself picking something off the bottom of a pond before anyone will give you the time of day, and even worse when there are enemies around and you fight your way to the far end of the map only to find a locked door whose key is in the possession of the guy who sent you on this quest in the first place, but because you didn't specifically ask him for it, rimbly grimbly bim. But rimbly grimbly bim aside, the flaggy path is used to maintain control of the linear story.
They open the door and there's a door. It's a bunch of college guys dressed up as old ladies
Oh, I
holding
think I
a
read
door.
about this one, yeah.
Yeah, going door to door. So people open up. Fascinating collect.
And getting them into a narrow doorway and a thrust weapon would help.
Oh, fucking.
Oh.
Drink.
I was clenching my sphincter.
Ah, fuck you!
I was about to say I was clenching my sphincter there, but it seems it should have remained clenched.
Okay, so a conductor is on stage, and he's getting his orchestra to go. It's a beautiful show so far.
He's conducting, in other words.
Yeah. One of the horns comes in late. So he stops what he's doing and starts walking toward the horn, and everyone's a little bit confused.
Hey, I've got a friend. Come on, mate. Oh.
No, he went away. What's that?
It's a message. Oh, it's an invitation to fight.
No, don't want to do that.
Let's have a look at him.
No.
He's wearing an invisible armor. Crazy.
So he wanders into the...
Yeah, they've got the same shield.
Wanders into the pit and...
Hey, shield buddies! Sorry.
And stabs the trumpet player.
Oh no.
Does this in front of, several thousand witnesses. Obviously the trial is very short, and due to the simple, cold and calculating nature of the murder, he's sentenced to death. This was back in the 70s, so it's electrocution, and he's going to die by electric chair. And but he does get his final meal.
Yep.
So, the knight's there. They're asking him what he wants for his final meal, and he asks them, what voltage they're going to execute him with. And they go, we'll find that out. Yeah, it's about 50,000 volts. Going to run through you. He goes, and the jailer asks, why do you want to know that? He goes, oh, no real reason. Can I get 10 kilos of bananas?
It's going to be one of those tortured pun jokes, isn't it?
Yeah.
I sense the wheels being set in motion for one.
So he eats his 10 kilos of bananas, goes in, sits down, turn on the juice, everything fires up, electricity pulses through him. He tenses up, then relaxes, the execution's over, and he hasn't died. Now, obviously, this is, some form of mistake, so they have to do it again. They send him back to his cell. A few weeks pass, the typical activists are out trying to campaign against the death penalty. There's rumors that they may sort of make a little headway with the governor. Nothing certain. They come back in to ask him what he wants for his second final meal, which is, obviously a rarity, but they have no legal, ability to not serve him his final meals.
This, I estimate, would reduce all economic problems by a considerable factor for at least the next 20 years.
Vassal gel. If that takes off and works as it has been with orangutans, vassal gel will be the fucking help. So it just takes away the accidental kids.
Overcrowding is the root of all social problems.
STDs will spike. Yeah, I mean that's your problem.
At least that means everyone's having fun.
Party. Alright, well, Yahtzee went weirdly well thought out for his super villain thing.
Yeah, you can tell I've thought about it, can't you?
Yeah. Lots and lots and lots.
Soddy bugger. Yes, what would you do?
Well, I'm imagining I have Juggernaut powers and there's like no real superheroes. Like maybe there's like a few kind of Batman-y ones. So I just take over the world and then I demand a statue of me that reaches to the stratosphere built out in the middle of Australia.
Does it go, remember me?
Yes, but if you pay a fee, it will also do ad jingles.
Dastardly. Are you Rupert Murdoch?
So yeah, that'll be...
Right, well fuck Helter Skelter, I'm just continuing on.
Yeah. And then I'll launch myself into space, and...
Just as an afterthought.
Yeah, and then you'll all have to deal with...
Yeah, into space, whatever.
Well, Juggernaut doesn't need to breathe.
Oh, doesn't he?
No. He's actually, he is unstoppable. Like, he doesn't need to breathe, he doesn't need to eat, he doesn't need to sleep.
Is his gem indestructible?
What
if he, drifts into the middle of the sun? Would it melt?
No, because it's powered from it has its own universe. Like, a gem's power is a universe.
This is starting to sound a bit like contrived bullshit.
It's Marvel, of course it's contrived bullshit. It's probably some of the most amazing contrived bullshit that the Earth has ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty contrived.
Owies.
Ow! Right through the chest. How are you alive?
That's cheating.
Bear with me 1 second. Aha! I knew we had 2 questions left over from last time.
Which one of you is more handsome from Child of Twincest?
Me. Next question.
Well, it depends on what you're into, largely.
No, me. Always, every time.
I mean, if you're into Stephen Merchant, then Yahtzee. If you're into Ricky Gervais, then me.
If you're into someone who's not attractive, then Gabriel. Look at you.
You're just saying that because you have an American girlfriend.
You remind me of one of those stone ornaments you get in gardens that are shaped like frogs. One that's in the fountain, so it's constantly sweaty.
You look like that early Ghostbusters action figure of Egon, where if you squeezed his legs, his eyes bugged out.
You look like a normal person after they've had the air let out for a couple of seconds. Are we keeping doing with this?
Nah.
Good. That means I won. Shall we move to Yo Mama jokes? Yo Mama's so ugly, she look in the mirror and it ducks.
Your mama's so ugly, Bill Cosby gave her a coffee.
Yo Mama's so fat, she bend over in Birmingham, there's an eclipse in Manchester.
I like how you regionalised that for the UK, because I've heard that so many different ways.
Yes, that was one for the old country.
The motherland.
Ow. I can thrust too.
Take that. Oh yeah, we haven't been out here yet.
Hey, stop that.
That was great. I was oh hey, did that damage the ground?
Yeah, and he'll keep doing it if you don't stop him. Ow.
Brilliant. I don't think the drill dozer is good for this.
No, you're probably right. Man, I get booted the fuck out.
As predicted.
Yeah, probably smarter to switch to the mace for those guys.
Yeah.
So
how
yes,
long have we been doing this?
Not long enough. Not for 2 episodes, anyway.
Figs. Are we ahead?
No.
Figs.
We got no more episodes at present. I'm gonna make 2 out of this.
Okie dokie. Oh.
Okay, here's the big question we can hopefully get some mileage out of.
Okay.
If Capcom came along and said they would make a Smash Brothers style game involving your characters, meaning me, meaning my characters, which 8 characters from your games would you pick and what would their fatality stroke super moves be? And that's by Scott Elizabeth Baird. So, let's get the ego review. Please contribute.
Fuck. Alright, so we're going Smash, so we're not really thinking heavily.
Yeah, I don't know why they mentioned Capcom, because Smash Brothers isn't a Capcom game.
Yeah, like that's... I mean, I think they mean if they gave a shit about balance or making an actual fighting game.
Okay.
Because Nintendo don't, and the Smash community has to wrangle huge piles of their own rules to get a workable fighting game out of that fan service schmoz.
Well, it's just doing its own thing, and I respect that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't fucking... It's even fun to watch. Like, it's an easy game to watch if you're not, like, very knowledgeable.
It's even more fun to watch when Sony tried to compete with Sony Smash Brothers. I forget what his real name was. And you could sense the strain they had to go through to come up with more than a handful of characters they could use for that. Fat Princess? Fucking Fat Princess? That was third party, wasn't it?
Yes, and the best part was Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, where an actual Snake was in fucking Smash. That said it all. It's like the game series that is on your console. Like that, you know, what do we think of when we think of, like, you know, major PlayStation games like Metal Gear?
Fat Princess wasn't even a good game.
No.
Fucking awful.
I mean, if you're gonna just fucking hail in some third-party games, you know.
Anyway, the question was my characters. So, start with the obvious. He would be a fast and sneaky character.
Yeah, the umbrella would come in.
Yeah, he'd get around with his grappling hook.
Yeah, so we'd have...
That's how he'd escape from attack range.
Yeah, so he's light, so he'd get knocked off easy, but he'd have, you know, good get back.
Yeah, and he would be more about dodging enemy blows and using strategic attacks like the taser. And his super move would be something where he like zips past an enemy, steals their item, and leaves them tied up for the cops. Did you tell a joke? Did I tell a joke? No, I didn't tell a joke. That was the last thing. Right.
Fucking what? Holding my goddamn armor. That's just... No,
that guy was going for the football, but the other guy wasn't going for
doing that convention thing. I don't want to be near you. Oh, I'd forgotten the Temmie village, because I actually went there the first time I played, and just, I don't know, blocked it out of my mind, because that was like every girl that came to the Manor Bar for the first year of it being open.
Oh, yeah.
And God.
Joke. Give me a parameter.
Women.
Okay.
Smaller parameter. They talk a lot. Nationalities.
I'm trying to think of another horrible anti-woman joke. Oh, I know a racist joke.
Oh, excellent. Oh, that's even better.
Why do Mexicans like refried beans?
Yeah.
Because they didn't get them right the first time.
You enjoy refried beans.
You didn't? Yeah, I do too. You need to tell a joke as well, because you just died.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Oh, hey, something stopped spawning.
Yay!
Your sacrifice was not in vain, soldier.
Why do Aborigines like glass bins?
Tell me.
Window shopping.
I don't get it. Oh, glass bin. As in dustbin. They root around in trash. That was the joke.
Because they're a
Of course they are.
That's the inherent of that.
It was a good thing the government took their children away.
And fixed them. It fixed them.
Yeah, and fixed them.
Just fixed them. Borrowed, really, I think, at the end of all this.
I hope you don't despawn anytime soon, Mr. Friend.
That's cool. I think that was one of that was one of John Howard's initiatives, was to rename it the Borrowed Generation.
Well, he wouldn't apologise, would he?
Oh, well,
he was
no.
under pressure to give an official apology, and he just said, "No, fuck off."
Yeah, and there was this whole, like...
Fuck off, cunt.
Because they'd be like, oh, then they'd have legal precedent to, like, I don't know, take Sydney back or some shit. And that was, like, one of the right-wing talking points, was you can't admit fault, because then they'll be like, we want the country back, which isn't, you know, daft for a variety of reasons.
Yeah,
then,
how are they going to take it back?
yeah, the time for that was about 120 years ago. I think.
Just tell them no, sod off.
Yeah. No. There are approximately 622,000 people who identify as Indigenous in Australia.
Yeah,
and that is not enough to... That's barely enough to fill a sports stadium.
Yeah, we were the fuckers who took your country, but you were the fuckers who took the country from the last guys who had the country.
I don't think there was a last guys. I think it was macropods. That's who they took. They took the country from, like, giant kangaroos and an enormous armored wombat.
That's been the case with a bunch of other native people from the
Yeah, no, the Maoris, they borrowed it from somebody else. There were some people there. The Maoris got there about 300 or 400 years before the whites.
Fuck, pulled them all again.
And largely ate the indigenous population. The Japanese, there's an indigenous culture that got there before, well, you know, a large stretch before the Chinese showed up again.
When is Sean Connery going to Wimbledon?
I don't know when.
Tennis.
I was like, I know, like, that's... I'm coming along.
Damn it. Well, hopefully someone will have heard it for the first time. Okay, well, that's Chilby. Who else? Robin Paul.
They can be like the Ice Climbers. They're always together, held by a thread of unspoken homosexual lust.
Yeah, they just constantly join hands. And the moment they detach hands, they die.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, they're asking us what their fatalities are as well. So what would Trilby's fatality be?
Fucking Smash doesn't have fatality. Fucking that's...
Well, we're establishing this is a different fighting game.
Yeah, so
it's
maybe
by Capcom.
Maybe you wear the energy down and then you can do a fatality. Trilby's... maybe he summons...
See, I would think like the tall man would be a separate character, like Kabada.
Oh, okay.
But Trilby could... well, I guess he could employ some of his amateur occultist abilities. Maybe he could fall the Ministry of Occultism and the enemy will get black-bagged. Robin Paul adjoined at the hand. Our special attack would be like Paul brings out some outer space gadget, sticks it up Rob's ass, and Rob fires a laser from his mouth.
And then they high-five and go no homo.
Yes. And their fatality would be they get married to the character they're killing in a three-way marriage and live together in harmony for about 50 years before dying peacefully of old age.
And that's an unskippable cutscene.
Yes. Who else? Well, there's the tall man, as we said. He would rip shit up with his big stick.
Yeah, I think that's fairly self-explanatory.
Yes, he would be a powerhouse.
Yeah.
And his super move would be ripping shit up with his big stick, and his fatality would be ripping the shit up out of the enemy with his big stick.
His umbrella of hate.
Or he might push his hand through their chest, and he'll be holding their heart on the other side or something. You know, that kind of fun shit.
Back off.
Or he could summon John Defoe as a helper.
Yeah, John Defoe could be a character, I think.
Well, that's basically the same as Cavadat, isn't it? He rips shit up with his big knife.
Yeah.
Oh, he could have possession mechanics.
It's interesting.
Maybe like he could throw out like the idol of John Defoe.
Yeah, well, going there.
Maybe the tall man throws out the idol of John Defoe, and whatever player touches it, they can no longer damage whoever's playing the tall man, so they got no choice of teaming up against the other players.
See, that's a tough one, because then what happens if there's nobody else around? How did you get...
I don't know. I guess it's a special move you don't do while there's still people around. You have to risk reward it, you see.
Alright, yeah, we do need to go take this guy out, otherwise it's going to fucking hour and we'll find a ladder.
12-13.
Fucking Sikhs.
12-13. He fires his gun, And I picture him as a tank, because his character was that he can take a lot of punishment.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
So he's a slow-moving tank, and his super move is spiky tentacles sprout out of his back, like like jabs people up like it's Chun-Li's multiple kick attack. The fatality is he breathes on the enemy, and they catch a horrible disease and die.
It's another unskippable cutscene.
Yeah.
Suck it fucking hard.
Ooh, the crew of the Elaborate Gesture from Galaxy of Fantabulous Wonderment. Be like the Pokemon trainer, they can swap out for each other.
Oh yeah, that's good. There we go.
Dan could just like study the enemy and validate some data about them, so that then they have a buff against them.
Yeah, like you get, oh, I've understood this enemy now, you get plus 10 damage.
And then Hole can sneak around and do sneaky backstabs because he's an asshole. And Eric is small, so he's fast moving, and he's got Yoda's advantage from Soul Calibur, where he's really hard to hit because he's so low down. I never really established what Bromide did in that game, so she's maybe the special move is that you call her in the ship and she can't be bombed.
And the fatality, you just get to go into space.
Yes. Oh, that's the point. Oh, that guy as well. He his superpower is getting to go into space. Rocket boots. Look of delirious joy on his face, and then he pushes the enemy down the stairs. That's your fireball.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see what happens about it.
Probably not help much. The mace is good. Mace is good against armored targets.
Does he just like, does that go away that I have to jump?
Yeah, you can smash that, and then you have to jump over it in the future. Oh, that's more like it.
Fuck yes.
Thrust, they're clearly strong against thrust weapons, it seems.
Or thrust weapons. Probably a dex thing. You need armor penetration. Alright. Alright. You just couldn't wait, could you? Eager little beaver. Now you're dead. Hello, are you decent?
Hey, it's Pharaoh's Cockstone.
Should we use the Pharaoh's thing we have?
I don't know. How many have we got?
I think one.
I think we had more than one. We had a couple. I can't remember what
Where do they live?
I can't remember what this one does. Oh, actually, leave it, because I think this is the one that opens up a PvP area. Oh. And we don't care.
Fuck that, no. No, we do not.
What's that lever?
What's that about?
What's that lever do? I think it makes that platform drop. Ha 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 ha.
Am I going to lava now?
Poor bastard.
Awesome!
Oh,
nice fucking try.
What other characters did I make up?
Okay.
Well, there's Yahtzee and Punctuation. Or Yahtzee from Hatfall if we have to make it video games.
Stay on the fire. This is turning into an issue. That person didn't like get their sword out, but I don't. Damn it!
He attacks with hats.
Yeah.
And his special attack is he gets on his desk and his desk sprouts wheels and he speeds across the screen like Wario in Smash Brothers. And his fatality is that he wears you like a hat.
Oh, Bumbles, am I alive?
Yes, you're alive.
Shit,
But
shit.
not for long if you're going to Estus in front of the guy.
Alright, so managed to recover there.
Oh, the scholar from the Consuming Shadow.
I imagine him being like just a really shitty fucking Mugen thing where it's just like the car vision is on screen always.
Possibly.
Oh, there are some amazing fucking retarded Mugen things.
I see the scholar as being
Another archer?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them around.
God.
Scholar would be really, really shitty close range, but really, really good long range. Because he's got a gun, and then watch out for those buttons he keeps standing on, by the way.
Oh.
Now you've made things a bit harder for yourself to get back, as you'll find in a moment. Okay.
Are those insta-kills?
I'm not sure. I would not risk finding out.
Can I roll over it, or is it a jump?
I think it's a jump.
Oh, Lord. Is it... Okay, is it left stick to press to jump?
Yeah, press in the left stick to jump.
Alright.
Hey! Plus, now, you're less of a run-up for the second one.
Adventure! Is setting all three of those off do anything? No.
Yeah, it just makes things less confusing.
Do we get a special ring or a special booty to get across the lava at some point?
I don't know. And I think you just have to do fire defense a whole bunch.
Alright, that goes nowhere.
But never really mastered the art. Hoppa, hoppa, choppa.
There we go.
I think the scholar's special move would be threatening to commit suicide, and everyone will go, "No, you have so much to live for. Look, I'll let you win."
It is. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I was making the assets for the Steam version of Consumer Shadow yesterday. I was working on the trading card graphics because people seem to like trading cards.
That's bizarre to me.
When we announced it was going out on Steam, everyone was like, "You're going to do trading cards." So I said, "Okay, we'll make some trading cards." So I made some, but Steam support, sent them back and told us to rework them so there wasn't self-harm imagery in them. And you know, I would argue it's an integral part of the game to be able to commit suicide. But no, they don't want any emoticons of a guy with a gun to his head, I'm afraid. But I would think
in the bloody game.
I would think there are so many interesting emotions you could convey with that one. Oh look, someone beat my high score.
Yeah.
Man with a gun to his head. I think it's less that it's inaccurate to the game and more that they're concerned about people using them on their profiles and then that profile being viewed by all and sundry, like such as Kitty Winks.
Okay, where are we going?
You go up that ladder first. Coming up on
Nice texture.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Let's continue we can get to that time.
That would be nice.
Hey, bloodstains here.
Okay, was the bloodstains as a result of just a pair of jerks, or is there fucking some bullshit?
Well, let's hope so.
Alright, it looks like jerks.
Yeah, it's someone having a jerky time. Someone being forced to eat his jerky.
Choke it down. Alright, that feels like it's gonna be a fucking trick.
Read the messages. Okay, everyone seems to be agreeing on the dark spirit. Oh. Well, thanks for the warning.
You know, you were almost right about that. Hey.
Whoa, he's a lance guy. Huh. Oh, we're not doing that much damage. Oh, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? Where were you keeping that? That's his special attack. He extracts a giant frozen turd from his bum.
Just yoinks it the fuck out there.
Have a drink. Quick, smart.
Come on, I wanna get you to roll off.
Well, yeah, I guess you can jump in this area. Goes into the traps. Huh, he actually walked into the flame. Did you lose hope? Did you lose hope for that? I'm not sure. Be able to find out without targeting him, will we? No. Didn't hurt him. Ooh, it's so tense.
Thanks.
Ow.
Ooh.
You collect Oliver.
Got him!
Oliver collects anime.
He collects those big poops that come out of the bottom of the planes.
He collects figurines.
Gotcha, you fucking fuck you.
He collects figurines of Rei Ayanami in a tennis girl outfit.
Alright.
You laugh, but they exist.
Oh no, I laugh because I know they exist.
Yeah.
I've seen them. Alright, well that wasn't so bad.
You can say that. You got no Esters left.
Yeah, well, you know. Where's the next,
Not for a bit, actually.
Alright, well that's not great. I might just leave that then if that's a possible pain in the ass.
Open the chest. Open the chest. Then I homeward bone it, and then finish up.
I just have to get back all the way back through it.
Open the chest. Open the chest. Well, we won't have to do it now, is the point. Okay, the stuff is great out.
I want to try and get to this.
Alright, maybe this will be a slightly longer than normal episode. We're out of questions now.
Just name a hero run.
Why am I so sexy?
Raw Animal Magic.
Yes. Yes, is on roll.
Ah, goody.
This will be fun.
Alright, look, just get your swords out.
Just run up and just kill the guy. They're not going to attack you if they've got their long-range weapons out. If you run up
Alright,
to
come on. Let's get you to do your things.
Okay, go. Sit. They're doing it again. Maybe they've just got like a 2-second delay on their vision.
Fucking get it.
Maybe their helmet is full of that
Simple to
special
device.
gel that reduces the speed of light. 5 Titanite shards. If you haven't been upgrading your starting
like-
weapons until now, you've got no excuse.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing a weird low-level run. Alright, you're weird.
Now it's time for some strategic plummeting.
Okie dokie.
Bomph. And...
Oh, what?
You fool! You fool! Oh, you fool! Man, you're just dead like 5 times there.
That was bullshit.
Well, I guess we'll close off the video on Gabe you're being bad. You want to give
At least you kept that bit at the last one of you falling through the. I actually watched the start of the last one to see if you kept that in.
Do you want
just
to
falling through the fucking bridge?
Do you want to give one final joke then?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
I'm glad you've arrived. It's my wife. She's got kidney stones. Please help her. See you next time, guys.
Why?
Ooh, look! And you thought we'd given up on this.
Can't say no to that behind. He does have a very curvaceous.
Let me see if I can one-shot these assholes with the two-handed lance.
Yeah, you forget the two-handed's even in it sometimes when you get.
Mind
I
you.
get so frightened. I don't want to get hurt.
Most of these guys probably despawned now.
Good.
Welcome back to the Adventures of Dr. Tuppety. After we gave it a miss for a week, because Gabriel was sick.
Well, something else. It's like dead fucking ages.
What did we do again? I've forgotten already.
All games.
Oh yeah.
And we discovered that you like
Those
ditch good things.
Well, obviously they were good ideas. I wouldn't have started them otherwise. It's just a question of practicality.
Obviously good ideas.
Well, yeah.
Don't know what other nonsense you could possibly be suggesting.
Ugh. Okay, that was a washout.
Well, I think it was more technical matters of approach than the concept.
Tee-hee. Come at me, bro.
He just ate that one. Alright, there's a lot of the little katana boys.
Yeah, yeah.
This is an issue.
Where's the door? Where's the door?
It's hiding! It's not there.
Oh,
What brings you
bugger.
here?
Bastards.
Goddess, what your
Alright, can you survive?
Oh.
Bums. Various bums. Many bums. The unpleasant, raggedy bums of the homeless.
Oh, bugger.
Can he come back? Shit.
Duh. Okay, out of practice.
Yeah.
Clearly. How do you get 4 Greeks on a bar stool?
I
You
don't
turn
know.
it upside down.
Ah, it's because they invented bumming. The sodomy.
Yes.
I mean, even if you like butt stuff, though, it's probably not a good place to position your weight.
Don't explain the joke.
Probably like... I'm not explaining it.
Yes, you are. Or at least you're trying to extend it futilely. First rule of jokes. Never try to extend it past the funniest moment, which is the punchline. Anyway.
Try to remember that when you're leaping to the conclusions of mine. Fool and pride.
Yeah, I encourage you to do the same to me, man. We're a double act. Well, fuck what you want, man. And it doesn't spoil the fun. It's like the old I say routine. Audience doesn't matter who voices the punchline. I want to see some proof that you already know these jokes, so that I can feel superior to you.
No surprises there. Should we take on Big Steamy?
No, I thought we agreed we weren't gonna.
I suppose we had our last go at him. I just don't like leaving things alive in this game.
Although, apparently, the reason why that summon for Lucatile didn't show up was we were supposed to talk to her in Earthen Peak. So we might be able to go back and find her again.
Do you want to?
Well, it does really help with that fight. I think maybe let's shoot for the actual final boss, who's actually kind of a bit easier. Try to open up the bonfire closer to him, and then come back to Helter Smelter if we feel like it.
I love the funny little scoot the sword guys do when they get close.
Yeah, they're just so excited, man.
Alright, now there he is. I can see you.
Yeah, watch out for the guy firing arrows into your flank, very obviously there.
Nah.
Nah.
Nah, fuck off, mate. Oi, nah. Yeah, go on, get in, you puff cunt.
When are these guys gonna despawn? These guys bore me.
Yeah.
Well, if you want the quick route to the wherever, just go down the stairs there
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and into that place with the door.
Oh, there's arrow, dude.
Just keep moving. They got poor reaction times. And then up the ladder.
Up, the ziggurat!
Lickety split.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at this repeating texture on the underside of that ledge.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, this might have been a bad idea.
Yeah, that guy's a little more metal, I forgot about that.
Right, joke me.
Alright. This one time when I was in class in primary school, one of the Aboriginal students came in and he was wearing just one shoe and he grabbed the last one and he was like, nah, miss, I found one.
Ah ha ha ha. Perhaps we could challenge ourselves to come up with jokes that aren't tasteless.
That's a challenge.
Challenge to think of funny ones, at least.
Well, this gets back to my thing about a genuinely funny compliment.
Yes, we've been over that. Questions. Let's ask ourselves a question.
Okay, what's been your favorite game to drown out? From Marksman Frost.
Well, I really enjoyed doing FDL and pretending to be like an actual crewman.
Yeah, I'd probably go that or, what was that other thing that we did?
Imagining myself wearing Wesley Crusher outfit.
That we teamed up on an Oregon Trail.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I like the ones where we're sort of like forced to...
I like, yeah, we have to make up our own sort of lore to the event.
Well, that, you know, the kind of... The gameplay isn't dynamic, so we can sort of work that out.
Oh, come on, chaps. I know some of you are around here.
What's the silliest thing you've done to impress a woman from House Autumn?
Move countries?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Oh.
Was that appreciated at least?
Well, I would hope so.
Because I've never done anything like that. I don't think I've ever impressed a woman.
Well, no, we know that.
Yeah, dude, at least I didn't have to, like, fly international.
Hey, you know, it's all experience, it's all stories to tell in the future. I appreciated the experience after I had it. Better to regret what you've done than what you haven't done.
Are you gonna do a similar thing with your current situation?
It may possibly be the case.
I think you should.
Well,
let's see. You've already written several fiction books for Dark Horse. If you were to release a non-fiction book, what would it be about? Like a plague show.
it would probably be about video games.
What would, would it be a history or would it be an analytical thing?
Probably analytical. I mean, video games are the only subject I trust myself to talk about with any kind of authority, you know? I'm gonna sort this guy out.
Yeah, I agree with Will. You guys got a fucking record.
Yes. I'm going to impale you.
You think you have and vice versa. This is my username 09.
Well, before then, what subject would you write a non-fiction book about?
History.
Hey, I'm trying to backstab you, you selfish git.
Yeah, I can't work out because the sword guys.
There
There
you
we
go.
Yeah. Fucking eat it.
What are you going to do about that, Shumley?
Let's see, what would I do? Yeah, it'd be a history. At the moment, I'm writing a history of women's erotica. So that's kind of interesting. It's an undiscussed thing.
Because you have studied it so very much.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last. That's my
Oh,
writing project in history this semester.
now it all becomes clear.
I've actually read some romance novels now. I do recommend again.
Well,
She's got a middle name in
well,
there.
yeah, there's good examples of romance books. There's quite a lot of trash, though.
Yeah.
It is a huge trash-filled market. This is not a good ledge to be doing this on, I hope you realise. Ow.
Yeah. Fuck you and your lazy sword, fucking Luke Guy Porker. So that's been really interesting.
Okay. Don't think it's a bit weird for a dude to write an authoritarian book on women's erotica?
No.
Okay then.
My history book for my Chinese history thing was written by a white guy. The Chinese history professor, who was Chinese, said it's the best book on Chinese history.
Well, hush my mouth then.
Yeah. I mean, there are some situations where I think an external eye is actually really important. A lot of people argue that, like, porn for women doesn't exist, which I think's patently fucking ridiculous. And
Well, yes.
a lot of sources to back up that opinion too.
I mean, porn for women's often pretty much the same as porn for men.
Sort of, yeah. There's a mental thing that women need generally. That old adage about girls like, confident brain. That's important. That's why romance novels, particularly, are a strong class or category of porn for women. Some of them are goddamn saucy too. Like even the ones that aren't kind of specifically saucy.
I forgot he does that.
Flop.
Luckily, I recover faster.
Yep. Didn't think that through, did you, turtle boy? So yeah, what do you think would have worked better as a film, and vice versa?
What are we looking at?
What game do you think would have worked better as a film, and vice versa?
Well, I'll tell you a film that would have worked better as a video game, and indeed did. Silent Hill. But even the film Silent Hill the plot was presented like a video game.
Yeah.
They had to like go on key hunting quests. It was really weird.
It doesn't transfer to film very well.
The same was true of the novel Timeline by Michael Crichton. I think I've talked about that before. It does read very much like if they designed it for a video game. Hey!
Don't know that I've read or seen any of it.
I'm gonna send this back up. I don't give a shit.
Ha ha! Invincibility animations, you jerk.
So where does that lead now?
One video game that I think would have worked really well as a film, Tales of Tales Sunset.
Okay.
As a short film, that would have been really interesting. As a video game, it was not really interesting.
Who do I alert by running this way?
Turtle.
Seems that way, yes.
I think another person's running from a distance.
Oh shit. Oh bollocks. Shit and bollocks. And another bollocks.
Fiddly sticks.
Right. There's an attractive young blonde lady walking down by the beach when she sees a man lying on the beach in a state of total despair. And she comes over and says, "What's the matter?" And the bloke goes, "Oh, woe. Oh, nemesis. Not only have my parents died today, but I also got fired from my job, and you know what makes it worse? I've never even been touched by a woman." And the blonde lady feels sympathy and leans down and gives him a hug in his despair. Next day, blonde lady's walking down by the same beach and sees the same guy lying on the beach, but this time he's had both his arms chopped off. And the blonde lady goes, "What happened to you?" And the guy goes, "Oh, nemesis, oh, woe. Not only have I lost my job and not only are my parents both dead, but this morning I lost both my arms in a horrific industrial accident. But if that weren't bad enough, I've never even been kissed." The blonde goes, "Well, guess I should oblige," and leans down and pecks him on the lips and goes on her way. Next day, the blonde girl walks down by the beach yet again and sees the same man, this time missing both his arms and his legs. And goes, "What happened now?" And the bloke goes, "Oh, nemesis, woe, nemesis, woe. Not only have I lost my parents and my job, not only was I involved in a horrific industrial accident that cost me both my arms, not only was I involved in another horrific industrial accident that cost me both my legs, but I've never even been fucked." The blonde girl goes, "Well, you will be when the tide comes in." Well, it's about a quadruple amputee being condemned to a hideous watery grave.
That's what I mean, I think.
Bye.
Well, I love where you're going from.
Any burning passion, though?
The fiery loins. Look at them, loins undulating.
So what game was it as a film?
Sounds
Most of David Cage's works, perhaps. But it would have
been
been
something else too.
It would be a very poorly reviewed film.
Yeah, if you're gonna make a game all about narrative.
Yeah, I think I made this point in a video. You know, for a company that focused on narrative-driven games, you're really bad at it.
God damn it.
Holy shit. What's this new one then? This new David Cage game?
It's like if a weeb made RoboCop.
Okay. Isn't that RoboCop 3?
It's like if a lady weeb made RoboCop.
I see. Are you calling David Cage a lady weeb?
I'm calling this game if a lady weeb made RoboCop.
Okay. I haven't heard anything about it, actually. What's it about? Give me the elevator pitch.
Humanoid robot factory workers in Detroit.
What?
Who start to become human.
Oh, right. He thinks he's being pleased.
Yep. 2 elephants fall off a cliff. Boom, boom. The jokes I've committed to memory are running low, and the jokes that aren't in taste are low still. I'm gonna have an explore. So the chest is not the most effective means of taking the down arrow. Yahtzee, come on, you punk, I'll smash his crow.
Well, that was great. You'll go.
Are you like thinking about something else? Like, were you thinking about jokes then? Because that was well beneath your level of play.
It's entirely possible. Maybe I'm thinking about the fun creative works I could be doing. Right, jokes.
Maybe look some up. Tough the tablet out.
No, I'm thinking. I must explore my bottomless brain. Give me a joke parameter.
Bottoms.
Bottoms. Okay. This lady goes to a tattoo artist and says, "I want to get a tattoo to surprise my husband, and we're both very interested in apiaries, so I wonder if you could tattoo a wasp on both my buttocks." And the tattoo artist goes, "I'm not that familiar with wasps, could I do bees instead?" And the lady goes, "Ah, fair enough." So she gets the tattoo and then goes home to to her husband. Says, "I got a surprise for you, dear." And she drops her trousers. And her husband looks at it and goes, "And who the fuck is Bob?" You heard that one? Yeah, that's what he was. Get to the next bonfire on board of this place.
Yeah, believe me, somehow. Oh, man, you get your fucking thing
What's
up.
infuriating is you were so close last time, but you fell off the bridge because you're an idiot.
Just gotta keep on keeping on, you know?
Did you answer what the silliest thing you've ever done to impress a woman was? Oh yeah, you've never impressed a woman.
Yeah, no, not really.
Well, clearly not. Your YouTube channel doesn't have an icon. If you were to pick one, what would summarize the content of the channel in a neat 88 by 88 pixel square? Asks Ace5762, the 5762nd of the mighty Ace clan. Thank you for your question, Ace5762. It was a decent enough question. Frankly, I can't be asked. With every aspect of this YouTube venture, I cannot be asked. Can't be asked to monetize it, can't be asked to put imagery on the YouTube channel. I guess we could use one of those nice paintings that guy made.
Would that compress well? No, you know what? You know what I like? That's what the picture is. The picture is of not an ass.
Just a big pair of buttocks with like a no symbol over it.
Damn it! Oh, so now you don't do the fucking big... Oh,
Yeah,
you
that-
fucking jerk.
Yeah, try not to get blown up. Well, I suppose I could use something like my Twitter photo, which is a picture of me with someone else's gun fingers to my head.
Let's leave it. Come on, Cuddles. Let's do this.
What do you use for like avatar imagery?
I have something. I got a friend. What?
What? I was a forlorn? This has
Are
never
you
happened
even?
before.
Alright, there it is.
There he comes. See, if it were me, I'd trap him in that doorway and thrust weapon him to death. But it's a bit late for that now.
Alright, he appears to be guarding. Oh,
Ow.
okie dokie, that's a good come out of the roll.
Where do these forlorn keep coming from? I guess they're not so forlorn they can't get really proactive every now and again. Look at my sword, look at my sword! Do you see
What
my
was that? What was that?
That was a guard break. And it broke your guard.
Shit.
Shit. Ha! Is he guarding when you do that? Sounds like he is. Okay, now if we're done pissing about, game.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw an I'm sorry at it. That'll help.
Yeah, I'd leave it. I like the fucking rant, like this is nothing bad.
I was thinking about writing a non-fiction book analysing any of the characters from Undertale, but
Tumblr's got you covered.
yeah, that'd probably be a spoiler.
Just finished it, or all the runs.
Oh,
Again, I think Tumblr's got you covered.
well, then I realised that the only character I really wanted to write about was Sans. He's a complex guy.
Yeah.
That's not true, I think. We know that Yahtzee prefers classic rock.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Haha, invincibility frames.
Yeah, go.
Okay. Well,
Suck
he's
a
going
glorious
that
meaty
away.
fuck. Go away.
Oh, that's
What was through here?
bugger all. Okay, we know Yahtzee prefers classic rock and power ballad rock, and that Gabriel prefers hip-hop. What artists in those genres do you enjoy that perhaps some fans of those genres may not have heard of?
Yeah, so what's your...
Well,
secrets?
if we're talking about classic rock, I'm quite fond of Wizard.
Wow, I haven't heard of those. Who are they?
Well, I only
Son of a-
I only really know one of their songs, but it's a really catchy one called "See My Baby Jive." And if you look up the video for that, the lead singer of that band has quite an intriguing look about him. And it really is the sort of thing you wouldn't get in bands nowadays. Because you can only have pretty people in bands these days. For marketability's sake.
Hey.
And Wizard was fronted by a guy who looked like Alan Moore with the Ultimate Warriors wrestling sticker stuck to his face.
Holy crap, I have to look that up. That just sounds amazing.
Be my baby doll, such a lady girl. Everyone mind me, coming down the street, just be my baby doll. Right, your turn. Little known hip hop artist.
Oh god. Oh damn it.
Yeah, they've sussed that one out.
Oh damn it.
Just stand your ground, man.
There's a fucking potato coming somewhere.
Oh, you're such a slow mover. You could have gotten some slashes in easy there. You're gonna have to deal with both of them. Ooh, that could have ended poorly.
Yep.
Ow.
God damn it. Gotta think about it. I suppose obscure. Well, probably the one that I used to consider obscure would have been like. So now he gets me. Would have been Mortal Tech, but he's kind of come up a lot lately. Some early guys that you sort of don't hear about in the same breath as the Wu-Tangs and whatnot would be like KRS-One, Spice One.
Okay.
KRS-One definitely. Go check out KRS-One if you haven't heard of them.
Kill that man. I'm helping.
Sure are.
Yahtzee, as a writer, what books and/or authors have most inspired you? I'm sure we've covered this, but I was mostly inspired by comedy, fantasy, and sci-fi writers like Douglas Adams, Terry Pratchett. But you know, Douglas Adams was himself inspired quite heavily by P.G. Wodehouse, who I discovered through Douglas Adams, and I also now enjoy quite a lot.
Yeah, I'll have to look that fellow up.
He wrote the Jeeves and Wooster books. Surely you've heard of them.
Nope.
What are Dumb turtle.
That's exactly what I was hoping.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure that was all part of your diabolical scheme.
I'm not going to call it diabolical, but scheme. Yes.
Okay, now go through there. It's not a boss. I want us through this as much as you, man.
No,
it's not a fucking
I
boss.
legitimately believe you this time. Where's the thing? Okay, what am I expecting here? Get me to this fucking thing.
I can't remember. Let me see the lay of the land. You want to be going down them stairs. This is what you were dropping into last time before you died stupidly.
Rightio.
Now we're not far from the bonfire, but